Casinos casinos host large promotions, which are an opportunity to improve your overall slot machine gambling performance. You won't win often, but big wins don't have to be often. But how? I'll explain. And of course, I'll be taking your questions because this is a live stream. I'm only saying that because, of course, the people who are live here now know it's a live stream, whether you be on Twitter, LinkedIn, my Facebook profile, or on YouTube. But you might be watching this after the fact. Hello to you watching this recording. Thank you for being here, and be sure to subscribe for notifications so you can have your questions answered the next time I do one of these. But either way, stick around and I'm sure it'll be of value to you, even if you are watching this after the fact. For those of you who are here live, thank you so much. Hey, Jason, good to see you. Uh, um, if you have a question, use hashtag question. That's so I can see your response to me instead of the many, many comments that everybody is talking about to each other. The Tuesday night live stream is always very busy, lots of people chatting with one another, and giving and getting information. But I need to kind of like go through that and find your question for me. And it's a great help if you use hashtag question before your comment. This is a community video, and friends check in with each other. So improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play to there it is. 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership. The bonuses are on the sign up page here at the bottom, and their value. And so you'll be able to get 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability and direct access to me once a week, chatting in a live Zoom meeting, lots of questions. It's always a good time. Visit professorslots.com/30 days, which is here, to see all the details on free bonuses, course content, testimonials from participants. So how these live streams work for the people who are new to my live streams, I will be going over a particular topic. Today we're going to talk about special events at casinos and how there's a winning strategy attached to that. Then I'll do that for about maybe 15 minutes, and then sometimes it varies. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, and then I'll take your questions, and it can be about that topic or anything else as long as it's slots related. And we sometimes go outside of that a little bit, but we're here for slots. So, and uh, that's where I'm at now. The whole live stream in total could be 2 hours long, and the reason why it's kind of not going to get past that is because my voice only lasts about 2 hours, and that's if I remember to take a sip of water to keep things working vocally. Okay, so special events at a casino are generally a significant promotional event held by the casino. This gathering, there's a bunch of different kinds. Maybe you've been to one type or another type, but there's a bunch of them, and this includes having an exceptionally, large audience attending the casino, like after a local sporting event concludes. This was a common occurrence with the downtown Cincinnati casino, one of my favorites. Others include events outside the casino, such as annual festivals. You may not know Cincinnati, but they have a Luminosity pop concert where they have a light show with live pop music from a well-regarded band. Uh, then there's, of course, sporting events. There's hockey, football, baseball in downtown Cincinnati. There's also many fundraising marches for one charity or another. I've attended the March of Dimes for Babies in Cincinnati many times, usually wearing my shirt, my shirt for the company that I used to work for, and be team leader and all that. But I used to enjoy back in Connecticut and Hartford the Heart Walk for the American Heart Association. It's a charity that I'm somewhat devoted to. So special events near the casino are nevertheless important. Not in the casino, but near the casino is another important opportunity for the casino to drive traffic to their establishment. The casino marketing staff, and usually it's just like one or two people. One of the hosts is assigned this as a separate duty, like Belterra Park, and they would report to the vice president or the general manager on their setting the whole casino up for some event well in advance, and they got a budget and all that. So the casino marketing staff knows this very well and makes these outside events, an integral part of their marketing strategy. Christmas, anyone? I mean, I saw a bunch of Halloween decorations today at the hardware store. I'll exclude holidays for now because they are different enough that they need their own strategy, and we'll talk about that on Thursday at the live stream. So today is special promotional events, kind of excluding major holidays. Casinos invite slots. Bring the questions in. Casinos invite slots enthusiasts to these promotional events via emails and mail flyers through email and home addresses provided when signing up to their players club. Some might be slots tournaments. There's a month-long promotion concluding a months-long promotion, including a car giveaway. I won a car at the very end of a 3-month-long multiple gift giveaway. I don't remember what the end of the first month was, what the gift was. Tiffany jewelry or something like that. The end of the second month was a 7-day cruise giveaway, and the end of the third month, the culmination of all 3 months, was to give away a car having a drawing. And they called my name. I was the third person called. They're doing it every half an hour. You can read about it on you can read about that whole experience. I was surprised to find them asking me to spin a wheel. After they called my name, then they had me do one more thing, spin a wheel. But you know what? I'd had so many hand pays on Wheel of Fortune machines. Spinning a wheel was really not a problem. Somewhat smaller events might be concerts or celebrity comedy or singer performances in or near the casino venue. The reason special events are a winning strategy is because of an accounting correction used by casinos to balance their financial performance on days with large crowds. And I wanted to share my slides from here. Let me upload those so you can see them. Where are you at? Come on. There it is. Awesome. Come on. Processing. And bringing it up. So for those of you who are curious, I've been, I'll tell my personal stuff later. So this is the special event promotions strategy. And what we're looking to do is talking about this. So the reason special events are a winning strategy is because of this accounting correction. It's a winning advantage for playing slots in the morning after a special event, not during the special event, but after it, 4 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. But there's something else outside of our control. Here's what it is. Casino events are risky for casinos. Some events fail to be popular, which in turn means an accounting correction isn't needed, and therefore this strategy isn't available to us no matter how hard we try to make it work. It's not about us. It's about taking advantage of the casino, and the casino doesn't need that correction. It doesn't use that correction. Then, we can't make them. So going the morning after a special event isn't enough. We need to go to the morning after a successful special event, which means it was busy because lots of people went to it. That's what makes it a special event, a successful event. So my slots gambling strategies show early the next morning after a successful special event, the evening before is an excellent time to visit a casino. This real data matches my financial understanding of how profits are chosen by a casino operator. The casino targets a profit payout commitment to its investors, to its stakeholders, and huge audiences occur at successful special events. So it's easier to meet these stakeholder expectations if the casino pays out slightly less than come here you pays out uh, uh, pays out too little to players. And let me make sure that comes up. Getting used to having slides in the show. So it's easier to meet the stakeholder expectations if the casino pays out slightly too less than needed to meet its financial performance metrics. But why not be exact? Because a known limitation of casino operating technology is near real-time results, but not real-time results. It's a imperfect situation resulting in, for us, a useful accounting delay and the underpinnings of this slots winning strategy. Imagine this casino strategy. What if, due to a few hours delay in analyzing daily revenue, like counting the chips at table games and all the things that need to be done to actually have an accurate count for the day before, what if, this few hours delay, the casino pays out slightly more than was needed to meet their financial performance commitments for that day? And so they pay out too much to players. Well, giving away too much on a busy night because they couldn't match their goals exactly is hard on the casinos, because recovering takes days of smaller crowds after the event. But giving back too little to players to recover from, it is easy to recover from, because all the casino needs to do is raise their odds until they've given away the exact amount needed to hit their financial performance in the next morning. That's where this strategy comes in. So recovering from a $50,000 imbalance would only take a few jackpots, if rather large jackpots. Those big jackpots are what you're trying to win. But there are two difficulties. And sometimes they get it right. But there are two difficulties, which is, come on, you can do it. First, we need to know when special events occur. And second, we need to know if the special event was successful. And we need to know if it was successful by 4 o'clock the following morning. Okay, so we have to know, like, right away, did it have a large crowd? And was there even an event going on? And was that event successful? So these are the things that we need to know. And immediately, in order to be there at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock the next morning. So as to the first, what's the local sports schedule for your home games? There you go. Is there a special guest planned or another type of promotional event? Are you a member of the casino's players club, and did you get a mail flyer or email about a special occasion? And, if all this seems like too much research, and you don't mind getting it wrong occasionally, there's a simple approach. Assume special events occur every Friday and Saturday night. So that means going every Friday morning and Saturday morning before 6 o'clock. But disadvantages are there are disadvantages to this strategy. Maybe they are to you. For some people it's difficult. Some of these, and others, it's a disadvantage. First off, the casino could get their accounting right. It can happen. They do practice hard, and every major event, couple of them per week, and after 10 years they're starting to get a little better at it, because they know you so well. So be aware that the casino will sometimes financially perform as planned, with the result that next day balancing isn't necessary. That whole accounting thing, don't turn it on. You don't need it. Sometimes the casino guesses right. Second, I found success with this strategy by implementing implementing it between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. on the day after special events. I wasn't attending the casino from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. to play slots that entire time. Instead, I found time between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. when I'll visit the casino for a short while, like 10 minutes. And third, for practical reasons, uh, uh, it's I only was able to implement this winning strategy at a few casinos. Why? Because I had to be nearby to get there early enough. It was a local casino, then sure, I could get up early in the morning and drive 30 minutes and be there. But if it's 2 hours away, then what am I doing and driving at 2 a.m.? And because I had to be nearby to get there early enough, if the casino was far away, I had to spend the night at its hotel, maybe try to get it comped or something. So that's a disadvantage. And then there's also uh, the accounting is getting faster. So the fourth disadvantage, let me make sure you can see that. The fourth disadvantage is, more hypothetical. Eventually, casinos will get real-time financial performance metrics. Be aware of this technological trend. The technology is needed to do this. They're getting better and better at providing real-time results. Someday, these ongoing casino upgrades will be the demise of this strategy. But 5 years, 10 years ago, casinos had a league of bookkeepers and staff accountants handling the massive paperwork being generated by casino patrons, all on clipboards with summarized financial results once or twice a month. Nowadays, central server technology links slot machines to casino operating software. This automation this automation results in near real-time results of about 4 to 6 hours. But in the future, well, the day is fast approaching when casino operators will achieve real-time financial results or close enough to real-time that we won't see the difference. And when that day arrives, this winning advantage of special events will cease to exist. I think it's about 5 years away. We'll see how quickly things move. If we have another pandemic, add 4 years to with all the delays. Yeah, how long will it last? Well, if you want to keep an eye on these things, read the annual financial reports submitted to the SEC.gov, Securities Exchange Commission, by the largest gaming industry manufacturers. That's just the thing they love to say to investors. They are required not to lie, and I've seen them, talk about this in there, and it's very clear statements. And they if they can achieve real time results, they will mention it. Because they claim near real time results, and they would love to be able to tell their investors that they're watching after their money better. But it's still a few years away, and before that arrives, we'll see this 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. When it does, it'll become a 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. as the turnaround time shortens. Now, so improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month's free to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days. That's this page. And if you click the green button, you'll come to the sign up page where you'll see the curriculum that expands. And also the bonuses that you get. So go to professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. Okay. Right. Let's see. Okay, so I saw some comments about no volume. I have volume. I hear volume. Okay. I also want to thank my moderators who are here. A bunch of them are. Thank you so much for moderating. And I guess I'll start saying hello to people. Hey, Jason, Camilla. Great to see you here. Jason says hi to me and the slots enthusiasts. Camilla is here. Chris H is from saying hello from Texas. Hello, Chris. Hey, Rudy, how you doing? Well, I'm moving to Reno, which I might talk about in a little bit. And so far, so good. Um, right. So question from Robe. Okay. Hashtag question. Please use hashtag question if you have a question so I can spot it amongst all the greetings and everything. I will be in Vegas first week in December. Okay. During the National Finals Rodeo. Is that considered a special event? Runs for 2 weeks. I would say that basically, whenever the casino is busier than usual, and usually by like twice what it would usually be. I mean, 4th of July, it wasn't just the 4th of July, it was 2 days before and 2 days after, depending on what day of the week it fell. So, yeah, some of these holidays and the rodeo can be a week long, but basically, when did everybody go to the casino? It might potentially, I mean, and so this is a common question, not just for Las Vegas, but okay, so what's a big event? They're going to have Valentine's Day, which is not exactly a holiday. They're going to have this promotional event or this, slot tournament or that event. How do I know at my casino, my local casino that I go to? People ask me, how do I know if it was successful? Well, look at the parking lot. I mean, you don't have to go in, but maybe you have to drive by, or maybe your friend went and call them up and say, "Hey, is it busy there?" So, is the casino busy the night before? And that's what you need to find out either through friends to, drive by and see if the parking lot's full or if it looks like it's about normal. And in Las Vegas, that's how you get your answer. Is the casino busy? And that means the next morning. Yeah. Um, hey, Alan. To you too. Yes, I think other people have commented that there is volume. So, and yes, if you would please hit the like button to attract viewers. YouTube will send out the word and everything. um, don't and more people will be attracted to come in. Yes, Rudy says, I always get flyers on special occasions. Well, the casino would love for every one of those to be successful, but some of them fail. Some of them are disasters, and 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 be careful, Rudy. You may find this strategy ends by 7. I don't like this. I say it goes from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. because if people get there at 6:30 a.m., that's about when it stops. So up to 6:30, and I've just seen it like shut down. Yeah. And let's get those major jackpots while we can. Camilla says, "Yeah, 5 years 5 years is a long time." Uh, And Serenity says, getting your kitty fix. So over here is the kitty. And let's see. Let's see if I can do this right. Move out of the way, John. And so there's Isaac. Now you get to see what I see sometimes. If he was dreaming about playing with the neighbor's kids, he'd be like, his feet would be running and his tail would be, and he's sound asleep. So those people who want to get the dog fix, I just gave that to you. Hey, hello, Mel. San Antonio, yay. Question from Chris. Would a seniors day be considered a special event as it draws large crowds if it is on a Thursday, or does it become part of the weekend? When are they there? So special events usually is casino wide. And if they have a bus come in, that's not many people. I mean, it might be 50 people, but that's not 1,000. Okay, so, but if they have a senior day where the whole casino gets busy, then yes. So I think it was you that asked about, there's buses, at MGM properties. Maybe it wasn't you. Lots of Chris H's out there, and so the morning after. Now, if you are saying that there's a seniors weekend, then it would be the next morning after, is it a 2-day event, a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in which case it would be the morning after each of those successful events. And, there's Yamava, there's Hard Rock Tampa, which are busy all the time. Also, I want to say if you're in Florida, good luck. I believe you should be on the road at this point. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but um, you know, I care about you. Take care of yourself. Ian is coming. Yeah, and I wish you the very best there. So Mel says, question. I was wondering. Please use hashtag question. I was wondering the same thing about G2E in Vegas. I know several will be at the event during the day, during the week. Wondering if after it would be a weekend or following Monday. So you can ask me about any promotional event at any casino in the U.S. Uh, uh, outside of the U.S. As long as it's a casino and that has like more than 50 machines. And I will say, was it busy? Was it more than usually busy? And that's the answer. You could, slots tournaments, baseball games, hockey games, a fundraising march, dimes, charity walk. What brings people to the casino successfully? And that's how you know. Wherever, whatever, did it pull people in? And a lot of them, more than usual. And then it's the morning after. Now, the casino could get it right. As I was mentioning, they could not get it right, in which case they have to fix things. And usually when they deliberately don't get it right, because they can't get it perfect, they try to err on the side of caution. Is what I was saying a moment ago. Excuse me. So what they do is they don't give out enough money. So all to fix it, all they have to do is just gotta give out a couple of jackpots, and presto, changeo. There you go. I won mine at 5:10 in the morning, uh, $27,000. Boom, and they were just finishing up with the person behind me who won more than $10,000. I could tell because one of the two, the verifier was a floor manager, and they only pull those people out when it's over $10,000. And we were the only two people there in the high limit room, and it was pretty slow at the casino. And they're handing out over $10,000 hand pays, one after the other. What's going on? And I've heard from all of you about people going at that time and taking advantage of this. But sometimes, they get it right and they don't need to do it, and we can't make them do it. And sometimes, they just did a couple of hand pays and that's it. Now you have casinos like Hard Rock Tampa, Yamava, Pachanga. There's so many casinos that WinStar. Is there ever a time when it's not a crowd? Hard Rock Tampa, Tuesday in the morning at 1:00, I hear, out of the whole week is a slow time. Not every morning at 1:00, Tuesdays. And so, it can be hard to find a night when it's not busy. So check every morning if you're in a few of those. So see, these are some of the questions that I've gotten asked in the past about this winning strategy. How do you know it's a special event? Is it successful? What happens when it's busy every night? Well, every morning it would be when you go. And it doesn't have to be every time. 1 out of 5 times that you would go in the morning and you win $27,000, sorry, it's not every time. Yeah, yeah. This is where big numbers come out on jackpots, because they need to. For them, $50,000 is $27,000. $13,000 is minuscule, but that's about as close as they can get and doing their balance right. And they got that close, and they do this minor correction, which might be a life-changing jackpot to you. For them, it's not much. For you, Could be half your annual salary. Camilla says, hashtag question. If casinos has an attached restaurant bar with TV screen showing major sporting events that increase crowd, can it work like a special event? Is is the parking lot more full? Uh, you know, there are so many casinos that have sports betting. It's not a bar or restaurant; it's sports betting. Where it's basically an auditorium, seating everywhere. You can get a lot of people if your casino has sports betting, and that could be a big enough event. But some of these sports bars that people go to, it's like a 20 seat for 25. And standing room only, like a restaurant around lunch between flights in the airport. It might be 50 people, twice the capacity, and that's not enough. We're talking hundreds of people, thousands of people in some cases. And is the parking lot noticeably more busy? Um, Well, I hear you. I don't know yet what the airfare is from Reno to Las Vegas, but I saw an advertisement for $40 a trip to, and if I'm moving to Reno, which is what I am doing right now, more updates in the coming weeks. It's probably going to be happening in like 2.5 weeks or so. I'm trying to nail that down and and see how it goes. But 32-hour drive with cats in the back seat in their cat carriers. Wish me luck. But when I get there, $40, take a flight, go to Las Vegas. How many times a week am I going to do that? So all that's part of what's coming for professor slots. And of course, the Reno looks like if I applied for a particular apartment, and I don't want to tell you exactly where that apartment is, but it's just over 2 miles from one of the casinos. The closest casino is like just over 2 miles away. So don't I won't tell you which one. You might find out later. But if you draw a circle about 2 miles around that casino, I'm on that line somewhere. If I get the apartment, it's all kind of going right now. NASCLA. Okay, sure. Senior day is packed. NASCLA buses are up and running. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, details matter. States matter, whether it's class 2 gaming, class 3 gaming, and all that. And Richard has a question. What casinos are being affected during the Florida hurricane and how? Total shutdown? How long? There's a nice article that I was reading in the news that talked about the response from the resorts. And, you might check the website for the casino, but is there a nearby, you know, sprawling resort and see what they have to say? Um, but it is, pretty severe. Um, and I remember when one of the hurricanes recently went through Louisiana and Golden Nuggets Hotel, the roof blew off, and they had video of that. I just hope everybody's safe. Casinos have insurance. I don't worry about them. I worry about people, and I hope everybody's safe. Yeah. Cheryl says free play starts at 6 a.m. at my local casino. Yes, but it goes for like 12 hours. How many people are actually there at 6 a.m.? Um, but not to say that people aren't. But one of the things I talk about is getting to know your casino well and know when people go. Yeah, it's harder to win these big jackpots at like Yamaba and Hard Rock Tampa, the casinos that are busy so often with many people because there are many people there at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I found at the downtown Cincinnati casino that there was just me and one other person in the high limit room. Yay! 50-50 chance. If a correction was going to be given and by golly, one correction wasn't enough, we both got a big jackpot. And that's what you're looking for. Um, You don't have to go to the high limit room. It's wherever. They'll basically it's kind of like they'll find you. It's a statistical thing. They'll up the odds using the central server until somebody hits, and then they'll drop the odds, and it's a trigger, and it's all scheduled. But if they don't hand out enough, then they will. I mean, it's still random, except that somebody's going to win and randomly. If that makes sense, if your understanding of randomness is just a little more sophisticated than most people's. What does Chuck say? One of my moderators, random computer programming adage is randomness is too important to leave to chance. Funny but true. Yeah, there's a lot. Uh, uh, you can go to your casino, and you want to basically know if the casino does it. So if you want to be patient, go to the casino and don't play. Just walk around at from 4 o'clock or so until 6 o'clock or so, and see how many jackpots larger than you've ever seen before at any other time are being hit. You know, and look for the men and women in suits that are helping the slot attendants, because that means it's a jackpot over $10,000. And you know, next time there's a major, special event, you go and see what happens. But you can build some assurance that all this happens just by walking around. Yeah. Hey, Shawnee. I play at a Washington casino. I tried the 5-spin method, but it didn't seem to work. So, the Washington casinos, let me see if I can find this for you here, are special. Everybody, just like everybody else. So, can you see my mouse? It's a big old mouse. This is professorslots.com. Go to professorslots.com, and there's a little button here, and it's called Strategies. And you click on that. And so there's my tough love method, and then the second one is a strategic plan to win on Washington's unique slots. As you may know, there's Class 2 machines that are just like every other tribal casino. If the tribal casino chooses to have them, those have a limited 5-spin method on those, but the Class 3 machines, based on the tribal state lottery, is based on scratch tickets, and that's what makes them unique to all. And there's a video also winning on Washington's unique slots, and you can find that here, or you can watch it on YouTube. But there's 2 classes, and the Class 3 machines are scratch ticket based. And if just think about going to the convenience store. Okay, there's a roll dispenser of scratch tickets. This game, that game, that game, that game, that game. And on the slot machine, it's all electronic, but it's the same system. So there is a batch. And then from that, they take that batch and they spread it across a few machines. And I talk about here. This is all under the gaming regulations for this. And they talk about batches, and they have sub batches. And one machine will have a sub batch from several machines will have a sub batch, and all the sub batches make up one huge batch that is being used by the casino. And so if you are on a sub batch, some of those sub batches are winners. Let me explain this with scratch tickets at your convenience store. Go buy scratch tickets, buy 5 of the same from the same spool, still connected, pull 5, and you're more likely to find one of those to be a winner. It's a scratch ticket approach that people who play scratch tickets use to win more. Buy not 1, buy 5 and win on one of them, more likely. And so that same strategy can be used on Washington's Class 3 scratch ticket slot machines. Now, I don't know where you're at, where your knowledge base is at. I don't know if you know that there's Class 2 tribal machines mixed in with Class 3 scratch ticket lottery slot machines. and where they each are in your casino. Get to know your casino well. The five spin method is a good money management system that does have some effect, that my Washington State fans have told me has some effect to help people win more, because basically you're walking away when you win. But the class 3 scratch ticket stuff, that's something else. You might win once in those 5 bets, but basically the strategy is in the video, it's in the article. I won't spend 10 minutes on that, but I have that approach, and it's easy enough for you to find right there in professorslots.com. Again, go to strategies, and it's the second article at the moment. Hashtag question if you have a question. Oh, Sienna C is giving me some personal advice about driving cross country. Paula has driven across country from Oregon with 2 cats, and I just listened closely to her advice, my moderator. Serena C says, we've driven cross country 3 times with 2 cats. They settle in once they realize they're not going to the vet. Right? We just drove past the vet. Where are we going? Okay. 32 hours later, can we leave now? Are we there yet? Mark. Hi, Mark. Mark has a question. Do you choose to play when you see a machine announce jackpot winners every so many minutes? There is a strategy, which I will talk about in a couple weeks, that's one of my strategies. If there's more people being announced, let me see if I can share this. This might be a good example here. So under strategies at professorslots.com, the third article is Friday Casino Observations to help you win at slots. And this article is about, Jason was here earlier, and this is about firekeepers in Southwest Michigan, where I walked around for an hour and a half on a Friday night. Casino, it was pouring down rain, but the casino was at least half full, and I did not see a hand pay for an hour and a half. I heard that someone just said they had one, and that's as close as I got to one. And I went back to talk to some of the casino employees, and I explained this in this video and in this article, which you can easily find at professorslots.com under strategies category. And I talked to some casino employees, 2 together, and one of them, I was explaining, I didn't see any hand pays. And the gist of it was the other person, the employee behind the one I was talking to, said, yeah, in about an hour or so, there'll be hundreds. That's my strategy, that I'm talking about. If everybody's winning, that's when you play. If you hear it, if you see it, and where suddenly it changed. I mean, I saw one. I'll say I saw it, even though I didn't actually see it. I just heard about it. One in an hour and a half, and the casino was half full. I mean, let's take the worst scenario, and the casino fills up. It gets twice as many people. So in an hour and a half, that would be 2 hand pays, not 100, not hundreds, multiple hundreds. Yeah. So yes, choose to play when you see more than the usual number of hand pays, because and be very careful, because they turned it on and they can turn it off. And this is all marketing. This is all encouragement. It's not illegal. There are limits. In some states has some very well-defined limits about not being able to do that. For instance, Iowa says, no. You cannot go over 100% theoretical payout limit per wager. But most U.S. states don't have an upper theoretical limit. They have a lower theoretical limit. Like 30 out of the 50 states have a lower theoretical limit, and no upper limit. And so that casinos are free to make machines winners legally. Yeah. Just set the odds to be winners, and then turn it back down in a couple hours, and everybody is so excited about winning that they'll just give it all back, which is, the hardest part. The top of my YouTube channel says, "Play slots smarter, uh, play slots smarter, leave with your winnings," and that second part is the one that gets you. If they can get everybody excited about winning, then turn the odds down. All that money that they gave out would come back in and more. And that's why they do it. It's marketing. Boat and Cars says, just passing through, use the Professor 5 pull method at Bellagio. You've been around for a while. I changed the name from 5 pull to 5 spin. A little bit of marketing, doing it myself. Bellagio, Caesars, and Wynn. And it worked on all three in my trip to Vegas. Got married in the desert and left $900 up. Thank you. You're very welcome. Congratulations on getting married. Money Roll was Hot Machine for me. That's at Caesars and Wynn. Very entertaining wins. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. And at least, do I think any particular day of the week will be you have better odds? Yes. Which day is your next question? And that's about knowing your casino well. Have you been to your casino on multiple days? Every day has a different characteristic. I mean, most people might say, who don't go to casinos a lot, might say Mondays and Tuesdays are identical. They're not. There's a very subtle difference. Mondays and Fridays are a huge difference. But Fridays and Saturdays, there's a small difference, but it's there. And so every day is different. And that means the casino has figured out what they want to do on each of those days. They've got marketing data, they've got player card data that tells them how many people came in, how much they bet, what machines they used, and they use that endlessly to adjust which machines they have available for everybody, to know when the crowds show up. Oh, it's every Friday, the 2 weekends before this holiday, people just show up. It's like a family tradition or something. And they know these things. They work hard to analyze these things, or they have consultants from the slot machine manufacturers who do that for them, or outside vendors, or if it's like MGM or Caesars, they have internal organizations back at corporate headquarters who takes care of all that for them. Yeah, there's a lot of this going on. Yes, there are days that are better. Yeah. Thank you, Slots of Fun, for pointing out the up arrow and question. I like that. Massachusetts MGM. So MGM Springfield. Did you know that there's he hasn't been publishing much this year, only a couple of episodes, but there's there is a podcast about MGM Springfield. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Art of the Game, something like that. Which doesn't have MGM Springfield in it. I think he would probably do better if he did that, but not so many. But he started when MGM started, and MGM. Wow, it's quite a story. I used to live in Connecticut, and 10 years ago now, but Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun competed with one another, and they drove Foxwoods to being number 2 in the world. And then WinStar got built, 10 years ago or so. And but Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods competed, and they got good at competition. And then they found out that MGM Springfield was going to open up, and it's like these two tribes were like competing with one another, and the MGM Springfield came up, and they both it's like I got 2 rescue cats, and they were kind of like arguing with one another, and I thought I would mess with them, and I got a dog. and suddenly it's like family against the dog. So the 2 casinos in Connecticut turned on MGM Springfield and turned up their winnings for their players to build loyalty for a year before MGM Springfield opened. And then when MGM Springwood Open had been open for a year, the general manager either got fired or was in the serious trouble from corporate headquarters for like, what's going on? And basically they never knew what hit them. Never knew what these competitors in Connecticut just like took them to town and beat them up at back alley, figuratively speaking. Not that they didn't deserve it uh, walking into a situation like that and thinking that they're innocent. These are the best. Mohegan Sun has taken a turn and decided to learn how, because they know so well from that competition how to run a casino. They've decided to do it. So they run a casino in South Korea. They have one now on the Las Vegas Strip. They took over the ones on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls and on the province of Ontario. They're becoming a casino operator that other owners hire to run their casino. Yeah. And many people think that, hey, Alan, nice comment. I'll take a look at it closely in a second. You mentioned Choctaw Durant in Oklahoma. It's funny. This is the same sort of situation that was going on with Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, that competition. Choctaw Durant is the largest casino in the world, except when WinStar finishes its construction. And then it's the largest in the world, except then Choctaw Durant finishes its next construction project, and it's the biggest in the world. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. I don't know which one is right now is the biggest, but they do that back and forth. And it's great for the players. It's great for the players. Yeah. My two cats, the young cats, are saboteurs. They're usually over by the modem. And that Curie back here, she's the associate producer, and my dog is an intern. Lots of energy, tries to be very helpful. And that's how that works. Excellent. So improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses, plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability, direct access to me, ask me questions. We have group-long meetings with group coaching events. So visit professorslots.com/30 days. This is here to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. Click the green button, and you'll be brought to the sign-up page. Great. So that's it. What a great live stream. Here I am. What a great live stream. You'll see me on my next live stream on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, I highly recommend you watch this video on the slot strategy, which won me even more hand pays and profit than my 5-spin method. Yeah. Bye.